What is going on, party people? HR Falcons 22 back here again doing another dip review for you guys, and this time I'm going to be reviewing Grizzly Fine Cut Premium Natural Extra Long. Someone recommended that I review this in one of my, the comment section on one of my other videos, so I was like, you know what, I will oblige you, sir. So let's go ahead and throw one in. I'm sorry about this, but apparently I was fucking UNICEF the other night with my dip, and I just gave out, way too much dip to, everybody. Everybody was like, oh, can I take a dip? And I was like, oh, yeah, sure, just have one out of my can. I thought I was, being cool and everything, and then I was like, fuck, I don't have any dip. So, I only have, a little bit of this stuff left, but enough to do still a solid review on it. I will be supplementing, though, as I normally do. Because my gums have been a little bit sore, I'm going to be supplementing with Copenhagen Pouches Long Cut Original. So, let's go ahead and throw one in. The point of this video, another person in the comment section on one of my other videos recommended that I do, a video on just tips to stay healthy, how do I stay healthy, all that good stuff. I was going to upload and will record and upload the golf video yesterday, but we couldn't do that because I thought, me and my buddy John, I thought it was just going to be us two playing, and it ended up being that we were with just some older dude, and then this Asian guy that looked exactly like the Asian guy from Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, the one that burns his hand on the medallion and then comes back later, and the only line that I remember is, oh, look what we have here. And that was the only line that I remember. But this Asian dude that was playing with us signed up. He checked in for his tea time right in front of us. And me and John were laughing because the lady was like, okay, what time is your tea time, sir? And he goes, 11:34. And we were all just like, holy shit. But he was actually really good. He was a good Asian golfer because Asians are great at everything. I mean, let's face it. And we got to scrape together a little bit more dip. Let's see. All right. So Grizzly Fine Cut Natural. If I had to, I guess I'll start with the can aesthetic, I guess. It looks just straight up like the Copenhagen Extra Long Cut Natural can. Oh, and as always, if it's almost becoming funny to me right now how everybody's commenting on my videos from a while ago where I didn't have my mud jug. They're like, get a mud jug. Watch my newer videos because here's my mud jug, which I had to clean out, and I didn't have anything to sanitize it with, so I ended up spraying it with a Lysol lavender, I don't know, fucking air freshener. So now my mud jug just smells it doesn't smell like it looks. It looks badass and cool and southern and everything, and it smells like a mom's bathtub. So I'm also gonna throw in just 2 of these little pouches right on top of the dip, because what I normally do is if I'm supplementing with pouches or really anything else, I'll do 1 dip, and if you're a dipper, you kind of know this. There's 1 almost dip pocket in your lip that's lower, and you can put your normal dips there and everything, but then if you want to add another dip on top of it, there's a secondary dip pocket that's kind of up in the middle of your mouth, or the middle of your lip, rather than way down here. So I've got the dip way down here and the pouches kind of in the middle. So we'll see how this goes. So before we start the review on Grizzly, on the extra natural, whatever the fuck it is, I just wrote down some stuff, just some quick stuff. If you guys are interested, I don't fucking care. If you just want to know about the dip, then fast forward. Doesn't really matter to me. Someone just recommended that I give you guys, I don't know, some tips on staying healthy, being healthy, all that good stuff. I'm by no means a model of physical excellence, but I do work out. I like to stay healthy, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So number 1, first and most important key to being healthy: diet. Diet is the single most important thing that you can do for yourself. It's the single most important factor in maintaining a healthy weight, maintaining an active lifestyle, and just, not incurring some of the health problems later in your life that are associated with poor diet. So usually what I do as far as diet goes, plenty of vegetables, number one. Vegetables are so important. Like, I know they suck. I used to hate vegetables, but your mom is right. Vegetables are really good for you. Check them out. Add a lot of color. So, like, it's good to have vegetables. It's good to have, like, leafy greens and spinach and lettuce and all that good stuff. But if you add some other vegetables with some color on top of those, like carrots and bell peppers and especially nightshade vegetables like tomatoes. Tomatoes are really fucking good for you, which is weird because people used to think that tomatoes were poisonous, and so that's why nobody ate them. But then they finally started using their fucking brains, and they were like, oh, these things are delicious, and they're not poisonous. So a lot of vegetables. That's most important. The thing about diet in general is, okay, so say I'm me, and I work out, once a day, but I don't eat right, and I'm like at fucking Wendy's or McDonald's, I don't know, camped out, eating a fucking McDouble or whatever it is, for every meal of every day. You're still going to feel like shit. It doesn't matter if you work out for 10 hours a day. If you still eat like shit, you're going to feel like shit, you're going to look like shit. So keep that in mind. You have to work out as hard in the kitchen, if not harder in the kitchen, as you do in the weight room. So keep that in mind. Let's see. I wrote them down on my iPhone because I didn't have anything else to write down on, or I was just being lazy and I didn't want to write. So anyways, diet. Very important, especially add a lot of, I mentioned this in one of my other videos, add a lot of cruciferous vegetables to your diet. Broccoli, cauliflower, kale, all three of those are just amazingly healthy for you. They're great for you. So make sure to add a bunch of those. All right, number 2, exercise. Obviously, if you don't exercise, then you're not going to get the body that you want, and you're not going to, whether you want a cut up body or not, doesn't really matter. If you don't exercise, you're not going to get the most out of your body. You're not gonna get a feel for your body as it was meant to feel. The best thing about exercising, and this is from one of Joe Rogan's videos, if you guys watch him at all, the best thing about exercising is that once you get out of the gym, you're releasing a ton of endocannabinoids, which are obviously the suffix of that word, cannabinoid. It's the same exact chemical that would get released if you smoked marijuana. When you work out, your body releases endogenous cannabinoids, and that's why you get like this blood rush to your head all of a sudden. And when you're driving home from the gym, music on the radio just sounds amazing, and you're like, oh my God, I feel great right now. That's why. When you work out, you're releasing a ton of really good neurotransmitters like serotonin, noradrenaline, norepinephrine, prolactin. Prolactin is a really good thing that gets released after you work out, and it kind of gives you that post-workout glow. Same thing happens after you have sex, and sex is really good for you too. It's good cardio. So if you have a girlfriend, bone her. I mean, don't ask her first, but if she's down for it, be like, hey babe, I'm just trying to stay healthy. So sex, good for you. Anyways, once a day, exercise at least once a day. I mean, you could work out 2 times a day if you wanted to, but at the same time, it's not really healthy or beneficial to stay in the gym or work out continuously for any more than an hour. After an hour, your body just literally starts to give out, and you start burning up muscle instead of burning up fat and carbohydrates and everything. So the thing that I always like to do as far as exercise goes is I do a lot of the high intensity interval workouts if I do cardio one day. So I usually don't isolate body muscles or anything. I just do a full body workout every day. And some people may say, oh, well, that's going to keep you from getting bigger. I'm probably not going to get any bigger. I'm going to be 5'10" and like 148 pounds until the day I die. So, I mean, eventually my metabolism is going to slow down, and I'll probably get fat as fuck and just sit on my porch and, I don't know, take dips and drink beer and everything. But until that point, I'll keep doing a full body workout every day. And then on top of the full body workout, if I haven't hit my legs very hard, I'll also do cardio. If you hit your legs really hard though, like if you do squats and deadlifts and all that good stuff, and then you go and do cardio, it could have a negative effect. You kind of want to save your legs for cardio. But at the same time, if you do a lot of squats, deadlifts, cleans, all that good stuff, those exercises they engage the most muscle in your body. You're using a bunch of different muscles to perform those exercises. So when you do that, like especially with squats are the single biggest exercise, the single most beneficial exercise that you can do if you're trying to get bigger, because you're engaging your core, you're engaging your shoulders, you're engaging your quads, your hamstrings, everything. And it's going to lead to a release of more growth hormone in your body. So do squats if you're trying to get bigger. You can't get around squats. I mean, they're great for you. So exercise, high intensity cardio. I know it sounds totally gay and everything, but if there's no girls in the gym and there's an open elliptical somewhere, ellipticals are great for torching fat, but at the same time, if there's girls in the gym, you kind of don't want to be on the elliptical, because the elliptical is like if you're a guy and you're watching my videos, which odds are if you're a dipper, you're probably a guy, and if you're getting on YouTube and watching dip reviews, you're also probably a dude. If you're a guy, you stick to mainly, and you know this, if you go to any gym at a college, you stick to mainly bicycle and running on the track. Like elliptical is just kind of off limits for dudes. But at the same time, it's a really good exercise to torch fat. So if you're in the privacy of your own home or something like that, I mean, you could go do elliptical at the gym. I don't really care. I'm not going to judge you. But there are some people out there who are like, oh my God, he's on the elliptical? What a pussy. Anyways, so do some cardio, because cardio is, especially high intensity cardio like sprints, swimming is great for you too. If you do high intensity stuff where you're sprinting for 10, 15 seconds at a time, and then jogging, and then sprinting again, and then jogging, that's going to up the muscle burn factor, the thermogenic factor that accompanies exercise. That's how you burn fat. That's how you lose weight and you get cut up and everything. So do cardio. Go hard. Pretty much. I usually do a bunch of supersetted exercises, so I'll do like a circuit lift with some superset exercises in there, like dumbbell fly to dumbbell bench to dumbbell row to push-ups. And if you just do that circuit 3 or 4 times around, you will be gassed. Your muscles just will absolutely give out. Which is good. If you're exercising and you're doing your sets to failure, then that's good. If you literally are doing push-ups until you can't do push-ups anymore, that means that you've successfully worked every single muscle fiber that there is to work. So if you can, and if you want to take the plunge, do exercises to failure, because it'll get you bigger like that. So that's number 2. Number 3. Sleep. And I know that a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, like sleep, what the fuck? I thought sleep was for lazy people. Sleep is probably one of the biggest things that contributes to having an anabolic environment in your body. Sleep, when you go into deep sleep, like 40, 45 minutes after you initially fall asleep and you go into rapid eye movement sleep, that's the time of the night where your body is most open and releasing the most growth hormone. And it's also very, very involved in protein synthesis. So if you take, I know me, for example, I take a whey protein shake after I work out, and then before I go to sleep every night, I take a casein shake. Casein is just a slower digesting protein, so especially for when you sleep and you're not going to be eating for 6, 7, 8 hours at a time. Casein is great because it'll continuously supply your body with the protein that it needs to build muscle as you sleep. So check that out. Sleep, very important. Number 4, get up early and get shit done. I mentioned this in one of my other videos. Getting up early has probably been the single most beneficial thing that I've ever done for my health, for my academic career, for like anything in my life. Getting up early helps you get shit done. And I know that it sucks. I know that it's awful. But if you get up at the same time for 2 weeks, just 2 weeks, get up at the same time, even on weekends, even on Saturday, Sunday, get up at the same time. Initially, it's going to suck, but you're going to set your body's clock to just instinctually wake up upon, that time. I don't even wake up with an alarm clock anymore. Like, I don't need an alarm clock. I'm just wide awake at, 5:35, 5:40 pretty much every morning. So the best thing about getting up early is that the vast majority of successful people out there, whether it's, bodybuilders or professionals or anything like that, students, anything like that, the vast majority of people who are successful and who are driven and, get the most shit done, get up early. And there's a reason for that. It just gives you more time in the day. You feel like you're getting more shit done. And when you feel like you're getting more shit done, you get happy and then you want to get more shit done. So get up early. Number 5, have a routine. That's definitely, but I'd say probably besides having a good pre-sleep routine, having a good routine when you wake up is definitely important to just getting your day off to the right start. So here's my routine. I get up at 5:45 every morning, run to the gym. The gym at the university opens at 6 o'clock. So I get in there, I get out by 6:45, maybe 7 o'clock if I'm going really hard in the morning. And then after you get out of your workout, I just walk back to my dorm. I don't run. I just walk back to my dorm. I get my protein, and then I take a shower. And then the best thing that you can do is lay out the clothes that you're going to be wearing the next day the night before. So I lay out like all my shit the night before so that when I come back, I get my protein, I take a shower, then I throw my shit on, grab my backpack, and just go out the door. So just having that routine is definitely one of the better things that you can do as far as just streamlining everything in your life. So there's that. Number 6, no emails until 11 a.m. I started doing this. I read it on StumbleUpon one day. I was like, that sounds interesting. I wonder why they, people, health professionals recommend that you don't turn on anything technical. You don't turn on your computer or, it's okay to look at your phone, I guess. But, don't turn on the TV. Don't check emails or anything until 11 a.m. And I totally discovered that there's a good reason for that. Once you start kind of getting into email mode and you start, answering emails or, in my case, replying to dumbass comments on some of my videos, once you get into that mode, it's kind of tough to break out and you feel like you're just kind of wasting time. So definitely set aside a time that you will answer emails and set a time limit that you will be answering emails for. It'll just be a lot better for, number 1, making sure you get things done more efficiently and making sure that you don't get bogged down in, responding to emails or anything like that. So there's that. Number 7, last 3. Number 7, find time to relax. That's definitely, that's self-explanatory. Have a hobby. Have something that you do. Play an intramural sport. Doesn't fucking matter to me. I don't care. But just do something. Don't just go to class or go wherever it is that you go and then just come back and do nothing. Have a time to unwind. Have a time to, chill out, watch TV, play Call of Duty, do something. For me, it's golf. Golf gets me outside and it's great. So have that. Number 8, have a cheat day. Cheat days are a lot of people, if you're like a serious bodybuilder or you're like a, professional athlete in training, cheat days are even more so. You have to have a cheat day because you'll just go insane if you don't. My cheat day is usually Sunday, and it's the time when I eat what I want to eat. I eat a fucking cheeseburger. I eat bacon and eggs for breakfast or whatever it is. So have a cheat day, and maybe that could be your rest day too, where you don't work out. Number 9. This is probably one of the better tips that I've ever heard from one of Joe Rogan's videos, and I heard it at a time, probably it was second semester freshman year, where you just sometimes you get down in the dumps and it fucking sucks because you get depressed almost, but you feel depressed because there is no reason to be depressed and yet you still feel depressed. So it's just kind of this fucking vicious cycle of feeling shitty. So the best way around that, I figured out after watching one of Joe Rogan's videos, so I will cite Joe Rogan on this one. All credit goes to him for this tip, I guess. Make yourself the hero of your own story. And you're probably like, oh, well, what the fuck does that mean? Making yourself the hero of your own story just means in your mind you conjure up or you come up with this this person or this idea that you want to be, so that it gives it subconsciously ingrains in your mind the thought process that, oh, I want to be this person, so I have to take these necessary steps to get there. And it's called making yourself the hero of your own story. You have to do it. Just whether you want to be a cut up college student, or you want to be a successful academic college student, or you just want to be like a cool person in general, just make yourself that person in your own mind, and then your body will naturally take you on the following steps to get to that point. So do that. Number 10, last one, be cool to people. This is probably one of the parts of, or one of the tips, I guess, that I wish I would have discovered earlier, because I don't know, like every high school kid, I don't know, you just go through a stage where you're a dick to everybody. So be cool to people. How do you be cool to people? Talk about other people's interests. Talk about in terms of what other people are interested. Be sincerely interested in other people. Compliment people. Just be cool. Be cool to people. Talk to people. Listen to people. Be engaging in everything. When you are continuously having a healthy relationship, and you're fostering and cultivating these different relationships with different people and everything, and you feel that they're getting something out of the relationship and you're getting something out of the relationship, it's good for your health overall. No one wants to be a fucking loner. So just be cool to people. Have a tight social circle and everything, like we do down here. This is the Dip Crib, and I know that these 9 dudes, we like made fucking bracelets, and it's got like our initials on it. I know it's really fucking gay, but every time like I'm feeling down or like whatever, I just look at this thing, and it's like, oh, I've got these 9 other dudes who have my back pretty much no matter what. So have a tight knit social circle. Get out, meet people, do shit. It's good for you. So anyways, that's about it. Those are just some of the tips that I came up with for you, Mr. I don't remember your username, but you had commented and you were like, yo, just give me some tips on like this, that, or the other. That's just what I do. Get on StumbleUpon, get on Google, look up, self-improvement stuff. It's good for you to kind of like evolve in this sense of like trying to become a better person every day. So do it. All right. And now back to the review. Grizzly, as kind of this review has progressed and everything, this dip has gone, it went from really, really good to just kind of like so-so. Very cheap, yes. I do like this because it's very cheap. But at the same time, I think that if you were to invest in Copenhagen Extra Natural, like pretty much Copenhagen's version of this, the texture, number one, is a lot better in the Copenhagen version of this. I noticed that at least with the Grizzly, the Copenhagen version of this, you throw it in and it's an extra long cut dip, so it kind of conforms to your lip and everything. And that's just why I like the Copenhagen version a little bit better. This one is pretty much rock hard when you throw it in your lip, and it doesn't really get any more moisture. It's not a very moist dip. It's very dry. And I really don't like the way that it sits in my lip. I mean, I noticed the other night, my gums, after I started dipping this, my gums were cut up worse than they've ever been cut up. And I wouldn't expect that with an extra long cut dip. But when you have something like Grizzly that's not exactly the most superior textural dip in all the land, odds are that's going to happen to you. I felt like it was really stemmy and just not really that good. At the same time, the flavor is sort of similar to the Copenhagen Extra Long Cut. It is a similar flavor when you throw it in, but after about 10 to 15 minutes, you get kind of that marked Grizzly taste of just kind of plasticky, synthetic. It doesn't maintain it. It becomes almost like bitter and pungent, like most other Grizzly dips. So if I had to give it a final rating, price and everything included, I give it like a 6.5 out of 10. I do know that Copenhagen Extra Long Cut is very cheap. So if you're trying to decide between this and the Copenhagen Extra Long Cut, I would say go with the Copenhagen Extra Long Cut. This is good and everything, but if I had to choose an extra long cut dip, I would definitely go with Copenhagen over this. So that about does it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and play a little more Black Ops. For those of you out there who are wondering what my gamer tag is, I know that some people had commented on some of my other videos. My gamer tag is PsychoFalcon7, and as I said before, I misspelled psycho because I was in 7th grade and I wanted to be sick and everything, but I misspelled psycho, so it's capital P SYCO space capital FALCON 7. No space between the N in Falcon and the 7. It's just all one last fucking name of the gamer tag. So hit me up, add me. I'll try and play some games with you. I don't really know. Odds are I'm probably going to have a fat lipper in every time we play. So if you guys are interested, I'd be more than happy to play with you guys. Thanks again for watching, and keep on dipping.